Mrs. Borden was last seen alive around 9 a.m. by her stepdaughter, the infamous Lizzie Borden. And the maid, Bridget. At the time Miss Borden was killed, Lizzie's sister, Emma, was out of town, and Mr. Borden was out in Fall River, as was Uncle John. Lizzie says she was downstairs ironing handkerchiefs. Mrs. Borden was killed in the room where her Uncle John had slept the night before. This is now one of the most requested rooms for overnight stays in the historic Lizzie Borden Axe Murder House and Museum, the John Morse Room, also known as the Murder Room. There were no signs of a struggle, and she had no defensive wounds. Peculiar, isn't it? The evidence is unclear whether she was facing her attacker and didn't fight back or standing up or kneeling, but we do know where the wounds were. One blow was above her head, on the left-hand side of her head. Another blow was to her shoulders blades that was 4 inches deep. The remaining 17 blows were to the back of the head and neck for a total of 19. She was eventually found face down in a pool of her own coagulated blood. Between the blood and the stomach contents of both victims, we can put their time around 9:30 a.m., a full hour and a half prior to Mrs. Borden's murder. In the photo on the wall, in the dining room where the autopsy was done, you can see she's lying flat on her stomach. In the mirror, you can see the camera that took the photo. Do you know that the Borden crime scene photos were the first crime scene photos taken in the U.S.? How's that for a morbid fun fact?